Whew, crazy. That's a crazy angle right there. Sup, Instagram? There's some behind the scenes stuff right here, making some videos. And you're gonna be in the next one, so you're gonna have to check it out. What is up, YouTube? My name is Thomas, and I don't play tennis, but you know who does play tennis? Everybody I work with. That's who. Oh, sorry. Oh, awkward. Anyway, yeah, so there's a whole tennis facility right there. It's called Eastside Tennis Center. It's ran by this thing called TOPS, which is Tennis Outreach Program. It's a non-profit for kids to basically have the opportunity to play tennis. That's actually how this entire gym spawned and everything else. It was actually added as a later addition to the tennis facilities. And then, as you just saw a second ago, that cryo chamber, which let's go back in there right now, was actually added as an addition again to the facility in 2016. Basically because a lot of our tennis players and professionals alike were just using it really frequently. In fact, specifically, the owners, their names are Mark and Gail. I know that's not exactly relevant to you guys, but they are crazy good coaches. I can't even begin to get into their backgrounds and whatnot, but Gail played professionally for a long time, and that's actually how she got really into this thing right here, the cryo chamber. I believe how the story goes, it's been a long time since I heard it, but that basically that while she was out going to a tournament, she ended up trying it and loved it. And then coming back, she was making like an hour-long trip every single day while living in Washington and training to try and make it back to this thing, to basically be able to, keep their injuries down, recover, and get through everything. Because she, went through a marriage and 2 kids, and she's still trying to play professionally, so it's kind of taxing. So yeah, I get a lot of the tennis kids and stuff like that using it before and after their tennis tournaments. The pros or the coaches, whatever you want to call them, they're pros as well. They play professionally, so I mean, hey. They use it. I mean, it's just really popular. So no, I don't play tennis, but yeah, everyone I work with plays tennis. So I mean, I kind of can, I vouch for those guys a little bit, I don't know. It's kind of just the same for everything, as far as like athletic performance goes. Oh man, I'm just bumping everything. Excuse me. So getting actually into it then, we've got 5 things, well, really 4 things, maybe 5. I mean, that can really affect, you on the court. Number 1 is going to be your ability to recover. Number 2 is going to be your ability to be energetic while on the field. Number 3 is going to be cutting weight, and number 4 is going to be your mental health. Number 5, if you want to pick another 5, is going to be better training and how everything else could kind of come together to ensure that you get the most out of your days. But jumping right into it, cryotherapy can actually help you heal, as crazy as this might sound, up to 3 times faster. Basically, when you hurt something, as you know, it's going to get inflamed, and some inflammation is a good thing, but too much inflammation is a bad thing for a couple reasons. Number 1, white blood cells actually release a kind of bleach into your body to ward off intruders and whatnot. But as you might guess, excessive amounts of this, like in the case of rheumatoid arthritis patients or people who have continual injuries or whatever, is bad. It can wear away your body, your bones, your muscles, and it can make the healing process take a lot longer. Not only that, excess inflammation and swelling can also cause veins to burst and further slow down the process. And finally, white blood cells also release chemicals into your body which cause pain, which I mean is a good thing too, technically, because I mean some pain, you gotta have, because you need something to deter you from wanting to use that muscle. That was the most terrible tennis swing ever, guys. Show me how to play tennis. But you're not gonna want to use it for that reason. Because it's hurting, that's what I'm saying. So cryotherapy will help all of those things through this thing called vasoconstriction, which basically, while you're in there, I mentioned this a million times in my other videos, but hopefully you haven't seen my other videos, your blood during vasoconstriction is pulled from your extremities to your core, and in the process, everything that's there, if it's something, all the excess blood, the swelling, the chemicals, the bleach, everything I just told you is pulled with the rest of your blood during vasoconstriction to your core, eliminating all of it right there. Not to mention the fact that during cryotherapy, your body also releases loads of this thing called norepinephrine. And if you watch my videos, I talk about norepinephrine a lot, but we gotta. Norepinephrine is what causes vasoconstriction, first off. So you wouldn't have vasoconstriction without norepinephrine. But norepinephrine also is a potent painkiller. it's injected in people's backs clinically in order to help them relieve pain. And what's great about cryotherapy is that it's released into your body between 3 and 5 times the amount that's normal every single time you get a session. Let me just say that again just to make sure it really hits home. Every single time you do a cryotherapy session, 3 to 5 times the normal amount of norepinephrine is released into your system because it is a fight or flight hormone and it is mandatory to your survival. Also, we got all these chairs right here because we had a parent-teacher conference. I'm sorry, not teacher, coach, parent-coach conference. But yeah, so number 1, it helps a ton with recovery. And we're gonna stop right there. Number 2, I said it helps with energy. It does. A couple things. So first off, norepinephrine, while we're on the subject, norepinephrine is a feel-good hormone. It helps with basically, feeling good. But in addition to that, it helps vigilance, it helps alertness, and even cooler than that, actually I'm gonna save this for later, so never mind. It helps with vigilance, it helps with alertness, it helps you feel more energetic and ready to go. In addition to the fact that you have the norepinephrine in your body, helping you feel that way, your body also makes more mitochondria, aka brown fat, while in the cryo chamber. Basically, guys, sorry about that, the camera card got full right there. Anyway, what I was just saying was that your body makes a lot more brown fat, up to 38% more brown fat over the course of 10 to 20 cryotherapy sessions. How does this happen? How does it work? Basically, when you're in there, norepinephrine sends a signal to UCP1, and UCP1 uncouples the positive and negative charges that mitochondria has, because mitochondria has a positive and negative charge, kind of like a battery or something like that. And mitochondria, better known as the powerhouse of the cell, can basically turn fat and calories into energy. So that's why they call it brown fat. Brown fat is mitochondria dense fat, and mitochondria is dense in iron, giving it a brown color. Brown fat is usually used in fight or flight situations, but when you need it, you got it, basically. So in the case of the cryo chamber, in the case of an emergency, in the case when your adrenaline is pumping, you gotta just kill something on that tennis field, you know what I mean? Like in all those cases, you'll get, you'll get your money's worth. So norepinephrine and brown fat both help increase, move this thing over here real quick. Oh man, that's a crazy angle. So both of those things will help increase energy. Moving on to the next thing is gonna be cutting weight. So we just kind of talked about how brown fat, is a factor here. Interesting thing about brown fat is it also actually helps in your just normal moment-to-moment calorie expenditure. So your resting caloric burn will be elevated from doing cryotherapy. In addition to that though, and probably more exciting, is the fact that you burn 500 to 800 calories warming back up after a cryotherapy session. So basically from the moment you enter the cryo chamber to the moment you exit, and then 75 to 90 minutes afterwards, you'll be fully warmed up. And over the course of that time period, you will have burned between 500 and 800 calories. You'll have burned almost a third of a pound over the course of this. As you guys probably know, it's about an hour on the treadmill. And if you want to lose 8 pounds in a month, 2 pounds a week, you need to be losing about 1,000 calories per day. So this gets you very, very close to that goal. So cutting weight, number 3. And finally, number 4, this is the last thing. I left it as the last thing because I didn't really think it was that relevant. I mean, even weight loss is only so relevant, you know what I'm saying? But the last one is mental health. And I mentioned briefly at the beginning of this that norepinephrine is a feel-good hormone. Well, in addition to being a feel-good hormone, norepinephrine also plays a huge part in the formation and retrieval of memories. Basically, it just makes it where you're better at retrieving, getting old memories and making new ones as well. Like I said, it makes you feel good. This is not as big of a deal for tennis players because I doubt tennis players are taking too many headshots, but it's also great for mitigating concussions. That's actually why you see the UFC and football both picking it up so much. But so yeah, number 4, like I said, not as big of an impact, but mental health. Helps vigilance, alertness, helps you remember create new memories, retain information, promotes goal-seeking behavior, and so on and so forth. So all of these things amount finally to number 5, which I mentioned at the start, which is hopefully getting you a better training session, on a day in, day out basis. If you guys are taking it seriously, you know that you're going to be training 5 to 7 times a week. It's quite a bit. You also probably know, and you've probably been there, where you just can't train anymore. You're literally just too sore. You're going to hurt something. So, I mean, you got to take breaks sometimes. And cryotherapy is a really good way to ensure that you're able to, get back on your feet quickly and to make the most out of those sessions. It's just a little bit of a boost, if you know what I mean. Especially since, like I said at the beginning of this video, you're putting a ridiculous amount of wear and tear on your elbows and knees. Even Roger, I'm sorry, I'm an asshole for not knowing this guy's name, but Roger just comment, just roast me. Just say whatever you gotta say in the comments. Just be like, this guy doesn't know what this guy is, and he's making a tennis video? Anyway, even he gets knee issues. Even he has problems. Everyone has them. Cryotherapy can keep you, not from getting them, but help you stay on the field, or I guess court, after, something like that does happen, an injury or so on and so forth. It helps the inflammation, it helps the recovery, and it helps the pain. And that's probably the most significant thing out of everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there wasn't enough information, I definitely think you should check out the description below, because in the description we've got a blog on cryotherapy for tennis, and it's actually written by someone who plays tennis. So it might just be a little bit more relatable than this video right here. Other than that, please, if you're feeling generous, drop a like on this video, comment below if you have any questions, and please subscribe. And like always, I'll see you in the next video. Till next time, peace.